The new GTA Online update releases tomorrow, and today on the show we have all of the news and information on all of our upcoming money bonuses, big discounts, free rewards, free vehicles, limited time rare and removed vehicles that are here for just a limited time this week, and more. There's a lot to go over today. In terms of money bonuses, we have some really solid opportunities, and this update is going live, and the changes will be taking effect in-game tomorrow morning, April the 24th, at about 4 to 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. Convert that to your local time zone to get the time for you. Alright, so let's get started with our returning limited time game mode for this week, which is the Deadline Adversary mode. That's going to be returning. I'm not sure what is getting subbed out with, but the returning one is going to be Deadline. And then jumping into our money bonuses, because we have some really solid ones, so let's go over them. We have double the supplies that you'll be earning from Acid Lab resupply missions. Of course, if you're buying supplies, you're just going to get the normal Acid Lab supplies, but if you're running the missions themselves, you're getting double the supplies. We also have double the speed on production for your Acid Lab, so say if you have your Acid Lab equipment upgrade and you boost your acid product, you can complete and generate a full Acid Lab ready to sell in 3 hours, but with double production speed, that will only be an hour and a half, so you will be making tons of money this week by selling Acid Lab. We don't have double money on the sale missions themselves. GTA Plus has had the opportunity all month long. It's unfortunate that it's not going double for global players for everyone, and then the Acid Lab would be 4 times for GTA Plus members, but remember, the cap on the Acid Lab is super low anyway, at only $1,005,000, so the GTA Plus members would be wasting almost 1 to 2 times of that money bonus regardless. Because remember, when we had the triple Acid Lab money a couple years ago, it was capped at $1.005 million anyway, so a lot of it would be wasted with the 4 times, but either way, it's just double money for GTA Plus players throughout the course of this month, double supplies and production speed for everyone else this week. Now, in addition to that, we also have double money in RP on, of course, the mobile operations missions for this week. You need to own an MOC in order to participate in these. If you have a terabyte, you can take advantage of double money and double RP for the terabyte client jobs, which is absolutely awesome right there. Those are super easy. They normally pay out $30,000. Some of them you can complete in as little as just a couple minutes. So now you'll be spending that same amount of time and you'll be making 60K. Those are super good to farm this week. We have double money and double RP on the Fooligan jobs, aka DAX work, which are those missions that you need to complete anyway. You need to complete 10 of those in order to unlock the Acid Lab equipment upgrade if you actually want to make the Acid Lab a viable solo-friendly business. And then we also have double money and double RP on the Deadline Adversary mode. The Fooligan jobs normally pay out 50K, so that will be 100K every 48 minutes in-game throughout the course of this week. And then our weekly challenge, if you want to earn an additional $100,000, complete 3 terabyte client jobs and you'll receive that 100K. So not only will you make $180,000 from the 3 terabyte client jobs, you'll also get the 100K from the weekly challenge bonus, $280,000 in total just from your first 3 client jobs for the week. Now, moving into our discounts, of course, if you're thinking, oh, I want to do the client jobs, I don't have a terabyte, don't fret. The Benefactor Terabyte plus all terabyte upgrades and modifications will be 30% off this week, so that's awesome. Definitely worth picking up if you have not gotten it already. Store it in your garment factory, and you can add a master control terminal upgrade to it and a bunch of other features. If you want to take part in the mobile operations missions, I think you need multiple players for most of them anyway. I don't think they're really solo friendly, or any of them are solo friendly, if I recall correctly, but either way, the MOC plus all MOC upgrades and modifications are also going to be 30% off this week. The MTL Brigade 6x6 with the Acid Lab installation included is also going to be 30% off, but I would still recommend you go through the first dose missions to get it, because you earn money from the missions, you get the Brigade 6x6, and you could turn it into the Acid Lab, things like that. Still not really worth doing that for the discount, because you could do missions and get paid to do them and get a free Brigade 6x6 with the Acid Lab versus paying money at 70% of normal value. But we also have 30% off the Overflood Xeno, 30% off the Fister Comet S2 Cabrio, 30% off the Fister Growler, 30% off the Trufati Nero, which is amazing. You could definitely send that over to Benny's for the Nero Custom. We have 30% off the DeClassy Impaler LX, 30% off the Tulip M100, 30% off the DeClassy Walton L35, 30% off the Willard Eudora, and then let's jump into our salvage yard vehicle robberies for this week. We have no claimable vehicles, I just want to make that very clear, but this week is actually a little bit better than when we would normally have like a standard range, a mid-range, and a top range, because this week we have 1 standard and 2 top range vehicles. So the standard range vehicle until April the 30th is the Dinka Blista Conjo, featured in the podium robbery where you could steal it. We have the top range Pegasi Zaruso, going to be featured in the Gangbanger robbery, as well as the top range Dubachi Champion even featured in the McToney robbery. So it's definitely some extra money you can generate from the salvage yard just because of the fact that we have 2 top range vehicles for the week. Now, in terms of our 2 free vehicles, let's talk about those. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Wheel podium vehicle for the week is the Albany Cavalcade XL. And then at the LS Car Meet, your prize ride for the week is the Lampadati Tropos Rally. And in order to unlock this vehicle, you need to finish with top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races, and you will get that Tropos Rally. It doesn't say for how many days in a row. I think you just need to place top 3 just once, and you'll unlock this vehicle, which is absolutely worth chasing down right there for $0. Then our other test drive cars. If you're on Enhanced, or of course just PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, the premium test drive vehicle this week with the HSW is Pinot La Carousse. That's the vehicle. And then we also have the other standard vehicles, the Western Damon, the Dubachi Massacro, as well as the Lampadati Furor GT. Moving on over to Simeon's car dealership, aka Premium Deluxe Motorsport, we have the following 5 vehicles. We have the Vapid Riata, the Canis Bodhi, the Lampadati Pijali, the Ubermacht Revolter, as well as the DeClassy Tornado Rat Rod. And then transitioning over to luxury autos, we have the 2 cars, the Bravado Dorado, as well as the Bolaken and Visage featured here. At the gun van, you can take 50% off the battle rifle. That's an opportunity available for all players. And if you have GTA Plus, you get exclusive access to a 40% off discount on the combat shotgun, which will be featured there. Now, of course, the Strickler military rifle is always going to be there for $0 for GTA Plus members, or just available for everyone else for purchase at full MSRP value. When it comes to our premium race, weekly time trials, and the FIB priority file, the priority file at the Garment Factory for the week is the black box file. That's always good to see when we can farm the fine art file as well as Project Breakaway over and over and over. So as long as black box or the brute force file is priority for the week, I'm happy with that. Then the premium race for the week is Muscle In, locked to the muscle cars class and category. The HSW time trial for the week is Textile City to Stab City, and the time trial for this week is Great Ocean Highway. And that is everything that's coming this week tomorrow in GTA Online. Again, this update comes at about 4 to 5 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I will have a weekly update guide tomorrow showcasing all the gameplay of all the new changes, the bonuses, discounts, how to complete the weekly challenge, things like that. There's so many good opportunities this week. I know players were probably hopeful for 4 times money for GTA Plus members for the Acid Lab and just double money on the Acid Lab in general, but with double supplies for the resupply missions as well as double the production speed, the Acid Lab is actually just overall a very good business anyway, even if you are going to be doing more sell missions. That's the only difference between a double money on the sale bonus and the production speed, is you're going to be making the same amount of money over time. The only difference is you just need to do an extra sale mission to make that extra money, but it's still worth it because the Acid Lab is some of the most solo, easiest, and solo friendly missions and sale missions in the game. Plus, with the client jobs and Fooligan jobs, you have a nice potent gameplay grind and rotation for this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I will be live later on over on twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv, but I will not be live right after this video goes live. Give me about an hour from the time this video gets posted, and I know I will be live streaming over on that channel. So hope to see you guys in tomorrow's video bright and early. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.